Y'all, the rumors are starting with T.I. The rumors are starting with T.I. It's coming out that King is not his son.
King Harris has been making headlines lately in a way that nobody expected, and the drama just keeps getting wilder by the day. What started off as typical celebrity gossip has now turned into something much bigger, with rumors flying left and right. And the latest whispers? They're claiming that T.I. might not even be King's biological father. That bombshell rumor dropped like a grenade right after father
Day in my life. To my grandma's house.
and son clash in public at an Atlanta Falcons game. Yes, you heard that right. One of hip-hop's most famous families was out in the open, beefing for the world to see. The fight sparked chaos online, and from there, the speculation just exploded. Now think about this for a second. T.I. and Tiny's family has always been in the spotlight, with cameras following them for years. But no one could have predicted things would spiral like this. Live streams, family arguments.
Stop talking to me. This ain't your restaurant. This ain't your restaurant. Everything you make, I can pull out my pocket right now. I ain't tripping on you. I ain't tripping. Get the hell out of my face. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. Who the hell is he? What's your name?
What's your name?
My name King. You know it, and your mama know it. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. That file show.
Arguments and shocking claims are now tearing at the image of what used to look like a tight-knit household, and the internet is eating up every second of it. It all kicked off when King, already infamous for his short temper, was caught on Instagram Live arguing with a man in the stands. Instead of backing down, he doubled down, shouting, "I stand on business," like he was proving something to the entire world. But T.I. wasn't having any of it. The rapper jumped in, warning his son that he was embarrassing the family by trying too hard to act tough. Things spiraled fast, in front of the entire stadium crowd. T.I. actually put King in a headlock, trying to remind him who runs the household. Cameras captured the exchange, with T.I. throwing lines like, "Stop talking to me. This ain't your restaurant. Everything you make, I can pull out my pocket right now." It wasn't just father-son discipline. It was a power struggle playing out live. But King wasn't backing down either. Hours later, he took to Instagram again, blasting his father with emotional posts like, "I don't care who you are. I'm a grown man now. If I was a mistake, say that." That raw statement left fans stunned. Was this just a spoiled celebrity kid lashing out, or was something much deeper happening behind the scenes? And let's be clear, this wasn't King's first time making headlines for reckless behavior. Fans still remember when he disrespected Waffle House employees, talking down to them like he was untouchable because of his dad's fame. Shockingly, instead of condemning him, T.I. defended his son, only fueling the image of King being entitled and out of control. Then came another controversy. King offering a homeless man $50 to eat a banned, dangerously hot chip, without water for 5 minutes. The man was visibly suffering, but King laughed it off and treated it like a show for clout. The internet dragged him for it. But King never apologized, acting like he was too important to admit fault. After Falcons' game meltdown, King pushed the drama further, accusing T.I. of abandoning him in the hood, and even of abusing him. Many dismissed this as clout chasing. After all, King grew up with a millionaire father in a gated mansion, but then receipts surfaced that told a different story. Turns out, King actually spent most of his childhood living with his grandmother in the hood. That revelation shocked everyone. Even though T.I. and Tiny had money, King wasn't fully raised under their roof. Instead, he lived with his grandma, spoiled with material things but still surrounded by the struggles of the neighborhood. King himself admitted that he mostly saw his father only when it was time to film their reality show Family Hustle. Once the cameras stopped rolling, he'd head right back to his grandma's house. And he wasn't the only one. Reports claim none of T.I.'s kids lived with him full-time. Even Zanique, Tiny's daughter, admitted she mostly stayed with her grandmother while T.I. and Tiny traveled together, enjoying their own lives. Fans began accusing T.I. of neglect, presenting a picture-perfect family on TV while his kids were actually being raised elsewhere. That's when the biggest bomb dropped. Rumors that King himself had confided in friends that T.I. wasn't even his biological father. According to the whispers, that's why King explodes when T.I. shows him public affection. It feels fake, because behind closed doors, their bond isn't real. To make things worse, pictures of a man named B, Anthony, went viral, with fans pointing out the striking resemblance between him and King. Side-by-side comparisons flooded social media with captions like, "Y'all telling me this ain't King's real daddy?" And the comment sections went wild with speculation. Tiny, King's mother, has never publicly addressed the rumors. Her silence only fueled the fire. Because if it wasn't true, why not shut it down? Why let the speculation spiral? That unanswered question kept the internet hooked. Meanwhile, King's own actions continue painting him in the worst light. From berating Waffle House workers to humiliating a homeless man, his public persona screams recklessness. And instead of rebuilding his image, every new scandal only reinforces a narrative that he's a troubled young man, searching for identity in all the wrong places. Critics argue King acts out just a trend, hoping chaos will push his rap career forward. But others believe it's deeper than clout. They say it's pain speaking, pain from growing up without steady guidance and constantly trying to prove he's strong enough to stand on his own. You can hear that pain every time he yells, "I stand on business." It's less about toughness and more about using words like armor, a shield to hide the scars. That's what made the Falcons game meltdown so raw. King shouting, T.I. checking him, and that viral headlock. It instantly became a meme of the week. To the world, it looked like a father disciplining his son in public. But to CX, King, it felt like humiliation on the biggest stage possible. That's why his Instagram rant afterward hit so hard. He wasn't just venting. He was telling the world he feels like a mistake, a child raised for cameras, not out of love. And King isn't alone. Zanique, Tiny's daughter, once admitted she stayed with her grandmother because her mom and T.I. were always busy traveling. That painted a picture of parents building an empire, while their kids had to figure life out without steady guidance. Fans who grew up watching Family Hustle are now realizing the happy household they saw on VH1 may have been smoke and mirrors. For viewers who invested in that image for years, the truth stings. What really complicates things is T.I.'s own inconsistency as a father. At times, he defends King, like during the Waffle House scandal when he brushed off his son's disrespect. Other times, he's quick to discipline him publicly, like at the Falcons game. That push and pull makes the rift even bigger. Add in the whispers about paternity, and suddenly every gesture looks suspicious. When T.I. hugs King, critics call it fake. When King lashes out, people say he's exposing the truth. The rap community is watching, too. King's career is already overshadowed by family drama. Instead of being judged on his music, people debate whether he's truly street, whether he's entitled, and whether T.I. is even his real father. That skepticism shapes his image before his artistry ever gets a fair chance. It's the curse of celebrity kids. Your story is written for you before you can write your own. But in King's case, the story is one of rumors, betrayal, and identity crises. So now the question is, where does King Harris go from here? On paper, he had the perfect life. A legendary rapper as a father, a successful singer as a mother, a family name recognized across the culture. But reality tells a different story. Growing up between two worlds, the hood with his grandmother and the spotlight of his parents' fame, left him split down the middle. One day he flaunts his status as T.I.'s son. The next he tries to sell himself as a product of the struggle. That contradiction confuses fans, but also explains why King lashes out. He's trying to create a narrative that feels true to him, even if it doesn't match the life people think he lived. Conflict and chaos keep the spotlight on him, even as he wrestles with his identity behind the scenes. And that brings us back to the elephant in the room, the rumor that T.I. may not even be his biological father. True or not, the rumor is already shaping how people see their relationship. Every hug, every argument, every rant gets filtered through the lens of doubt. If King truly believes T.I. isn't his father, then his rebellion isn't just immaturity. It's resentment, years of bottled anger finally spilling over. Think about it. Being told the world sees T.I. as your dad while feeling neglected behind the scenes is a recipe for the kind of explosions we keep seeing. The resemblance between King and B. Anthony only made the speculation louder. Side-by-side photos spread online like wildfire, convincing fans they approve. And once the internet buys into a theory, it doesn't matter what the truth is. It becomes a truth in the eyes of the culture. That's the storm King is caught in. Every move dissected not just as a young rapper chasing success, but as a son tangled in family secrets. But here's the twist. Scandals like this can destroy artists, or they can fuel them. If King channels his pain, his identity struggles, and his raw experiences into music, he could flip the narrative. Fans crave authenticity, and King has the chance to turn his scars into songs that resonate. That kind of honesty could make him stand out in an industry that rewards realness. On the other hand, if he keeps disrespecting workers, mocking the homeless, and chasing clout, his image will collapse before his music ever gets a chance. Right now, King stands at a crossroads. He can either be remembered as another celebrity kid who burned out in scandal, or as a young man who rose from the drama and carved his own legacy. And T.I. has a role in that story too. If he wants to mend the bond, it has to go beyond TV shows and public discipline. King doesn't need headlocks or viral moments. He needs consistency, love, and guidance away from the cameras. Whether or not he's a biological father, he has the chance to be the father figure King clearly craves. Because fatherhood isn't just blood. It's presence, respect, and trust. Until then, the drama will keep boiling, and the headlines will keep coming. Fans are glued to the saga because it's raw, unpredictable, and layered with secrets. The Harris family once tried to present themselves as perfect on TV. Now the cracks are visible for the world to see. King's future hangs in the balance, and the choices he makes next will decide whether he becomes a respected artist or just another cautionary tale. So, what do you think about King Harris's situation? Is this reckless behavior or a cry for help? Drop your thoughts below. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and share this video with your people. Because one thing for sure, this is far from the last time we'll be hearing about King Harris, T.I.,